Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. This time we continue our look with the penultimate episode, that is second to last, episode in our look at these commemorative action figure packs that were released to celebrate and help promote the release of a home video item, which themselves are not home video items. They don't include home video discs or anything like some of the lightsabers or whatnot we've seen. They are just action figure packs. However, for a Star Wars home video collector, they may be included in the collection. They're a little tangential, but since they are directly tied into those home video releases as a commemoration, some of us decided to pick them up. I've picked them up all now relatively recently to be able to show you all of them here and in the book, and note what they are and are not. What they are action figure packs. What they are not are home video items in and of themselves. There are no discs in them. This time, we got a pretty big wave. So far, what have we seen? In 2004, the original trilogy hits DVD for the first time. We get 3 packs, 2 of 3 figures, 1 ostensibly of 3 figures, but actually with 4 because the droids are counted as 1, for a total of 3 packs to start with. In 2005, we get the release of Revenge of the Sith, which adds another 3 packs. 1 with 3 figures for the Jedi, 1 with 3 figures for the Sith, 1 with 3 figures for the Clone Troopers. But that's not all in 2005, because then we get the Clone Wars micro-series released as Volume 1 and Volume 2 at different times of year. Each of those gets 2 packs to go with it. That brings us up to a total now of 10. Then in 2006, we saw the re-release of the original trilogy on DVD as separate releases, each with the bonus disc with the so-called unaltered version, which of course is just the 1993 Definitive Collection Laserdisc Masters with a new opening for A New Hope scanned from a film copy, blah, blah, blah. We've seen that plenty of times before. That release gave us 3 more of these figure packs, 2 of 3 and 1 of 4, again treating R2-D2 and C-3PO as if they're one character in a 3-pack that was really 4. That brings our total up to 13 of these friggin' things. But wait again, there's more. Because then we skipped 2007, there weren't any of these, and in 2008 we saw the Clone Wars film get released, and it came with, like the other Clone Wars releases, although those were the micro-series, 2 packs, each one with 3 figures in it, that time as well. So at this point, we've got 3, 6, 10, 13, 15 that we've seen so far. So we skipped 2009 and 2010, but then in 2011, time for another big push, because of course that's the year of the release of the Complete Saga Blu-ray set, which also of course has each individual trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and the original trilogy, also released on Blu-ray separately. Basically discs 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and this one includes those plus 3 extra discs of bonus content. And of course, with this being the first time we're seeing a new Blu-ray release of Star Wars items, since really the only thing we'd seen previously was the Clone Wars film, which didn't even get acknowledged in its action figure packs, it was time for another blitz of packs. Except, this isn't 3 films. This is 6. How do you deal with that? Of course! 6 friggin' action figure packs this time around to commemorate that release. That'll bring our total to 21. Whew. So, these are pretty cool. They are actually marketed as featuring the Blu-ray release, because there isn't a DVD release alongside at that time. Each film gets its own. It's kind of tough to see here with the reflection. This is the one for the Phantom Menace. Okay, so they're all going to say Star Wars. They're all going to have your warning about the choking hazard down here. Episode whatever, in this case 1, The Phantom Menace. Ages 4+. Assortment listing here. Hasbro down here in the corner. It does sort of slope here. Includes mini poster. Notice behind the individual figures, there's your poster behind it. Your mini poster. Up at the top it says Blu-ray release, commemorative figure and mini poster collection. Blu-ray discs not included. Again, these are to commemorate the release of a home video item. They are not home video items themselves. There are no discs included, as I've said plenty of times. Okay. Blank on the top. The bottom is just legalese, Hasbro, and the UPC. The spine, we're going to see here, is part of one big image. It says Episode 1 underneath. The back, then at the top, says Blu-ray release commemorative figure and mini poster collection, Blu-ray discs not included. Has images of the figures from inside it, tells you who they are, says includes mini poster, collect all 6, and shows you what the mini poster looks like. Information down here about the film, then shows you the 5 other possible collections. It says collect all 6 Star Wars Blu-ray commemorative figure collections. Each set sold separately, Blu-ray discs not included. Really hammering that home. Legalese, StarWars.com. Visit StarWars.Hasbro.com. Hasbro there. The back for Phantom Menace reads, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. On the planet Tatooine, 2 Jedi discover a 9-year-old slave boy who is unusually strong in the Force. After a series of adventures, including an exciting pod race and an encounter with a deadly new foe, they return to the world of Naboo, where they face a massive invasion and the re-emergent forces of darkness known as the Sith. So this one is Obi-Wan as of the Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon, Maul as of the Phantom Menace, of course, and then 1 regular B-1 battle droid. Really nice looking, a change up of the packaging and all. And then, of course, we continue with them. This is the one for Episode 2. So Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Notice there, it is Jango, Clone Trooper, Dooku, and Anakin as of Attack of the Clones. Information all essentially the same here. Episode 2, it's going to continue that image that we'll see momentarily. Same top and bottom design. The back, similar setup to what we saw there for Phantom Menace. The back for Attack of the Clones reads, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. 10 years after the Battle of Naboo, Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi are assigned to protect Padme Amidala when her life is threatened by political separatists. As relationships form and powerful forces collide, they face choices that will impact their lives and the destiny of the Republic as the Clone Wars begin. And then, of course, you finish out the prequel trilogy with Revenge of the Sith in similar style packaging. This one is going to be Yoda, Mace, Grievous, and Clone Commander Bly over here. Again, packaging set up similarly. There's your back. And it reads, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. The Clone Wars rage throughout the galaxy, and Jedi Knights lead the clone army into battle against the droid forces of the Separatists. As the Sith unveil an ancient plot to rule the galaxy, Jedi hero Anakin Skywalker is seduced to the dark side of the Force and becomes the Emperor's Sith apprentice, Darth Vader. Yet as darkness falls across the Republic, Anakin's children are born in secrecy, becoming the only hope to save the galaxy. That, of course, brings us to the original trilogy. Similar setup again here. Poster and everything behind, as always. Right? Luke, R2. We have a Stormtrooper, a Sand Trooper specifically, and older Obi-Wan here. The back this time reads Episode 4, A New Hope. Luke Skywalker is thrust into the Rebel Alliance's struggle against the evil Empire when he meets Obi-Wan Kenobi. As Obi-Wan begins Luke's Jedi training, they rescue Rebel leader Princess Leia from an Imperial space station. Obi-Wan faces his former apprentice Darth Vader, and Luke proves that the Force is strong in him when the Rebels attack the Empire's Death Star. Well, then, of course, we have The Empire Strikes Back. It's set up the same way. Snow Trooper, Leia. Luke there, in this case, with his X-Wing attire there, or his Snowspeeder attire, whatever you call it, the flight suit. And Boba Fett, because how could it not be Boba Fett? The back reads, Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. Imperial forces attack the Alliance base on Hoth, forcing the rebels to flee the planet. As Luke Skywalker continues his Jedi training on Dagobah, Darth Vader enlists the help of bounty hunters to track down the new Jedi. When Vader and Luke finally meet, the Sith Lord reveals a startling secret that changes everything for young Skywalker. It's funny, it's like they're kind of trying to be spoiler-free on these films from decades previous. Sure, why not? Even though they keep spoiling their own stuff. Okay? Return of the Jedi set. Jedi Knight Luke. Scout Trooper. Han. Vader. Again, the sides, we're going to see those together momentarily here, so not really focusing on them right now. We have on the back, Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. The evil Empire prepares to crush the rebellion with a more powerful Death Star, as the rebels launch an attack to destroy the Imperial battle station. As the Alliance battles Imperial forces, Luke confronts his father and the Emperor in a struggle that determines the fate of the galaxy and ultimately brings balance to the Force. And then probably the coolest thing about these, put them together, side by side. Going across there, we have Star Wars with Maul, Dooku, Grievous, Stormtrooper, Boba Fett with Snowtrooper and Vader. Star Wars there, we have Obi-Wan with Qui-Gon, we have Anakin with the Clone Trooper, we have Mace and Yoda, we have Luke with R2-D2 and Obi-Wan, we have Luke with Leia, we have Han over there with Luke in the back, a little bit taller there, action sequence behind it. Probably the neatest thing about this is the fact that when you have all of them still packaged and put them together, you've got a cool thing that looks nice on your actual bookshelf or toy shelf or whatever you want to call it. In this case, a home video collection shelf. If it's tall enough to fit such large packaging, because usually home video releases aren't this big. So in 2011, you could have celebrated the release of the Star Wars films, at least episodes 1 through 6, on Blu-ray for the very first time, though not the first Star Wars Blu-ray release, because that was Clone Wars, with 6 friggin' action figure packs, 4 figures each, bringing our total of these commemorative packs to 21. And we have one set of oddball items to go that also tie into the Complete Saga, but a year later? Yeah. We'll carry on with that in our next episode, the last episode of this little mini-series within the series, as we look at the deleted scenes figures. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers and figure collectors. Then in 2006, the original trilogy gets re-released on home video again, this time on DVD with the bonus disc of the so-called unaltered edition, which we know are the 1993 versions, except the opening of A&H. We see that a lot, and wow, I just said A&H instead of A New Hope. I never say that out loud as A&H, that was just weird.